Hello, I'd like to talk about sustainability in this video, and I'd like to make a point that I think needs making again and again when it comes to the sustainability of wind power. Now, we can argue all day long whether the wind is sustainable or not. I say it's not, because sustainable means able to be maintained at a constant rate, and I don't think a wind is able to be maintained at a constant rate. We never know quite how windy it will be or not. So I say wind power is inherently unsustainable. Some people say, well, we can forecast the wind, we know there'll be a certain amount of wind, we can't exactly say when and how much, but we can gauge over a period of time that there will be X amount of wind per month, more or less. So I do get that point, and I'm prepared to take that on board, that we can forecast to a certain extent the amount of wind. However, what I think is beyond dispute is that wind turbines themselves are not sustainable, and I'd like to draw upon some evidence. Look, this is just very north of the Dark Peak, just outside the national park. You can see in the distance the park stretching off for miles, which is absolutely gorgeous, but then suddenly you get to a lane and totally the landscape changes. Now that's daft in itself, to think that, oh, this bit is absolutely protected, but then suddenly but also I think this shows very clearly, if you can see it's a bit murky, about sustainability. This to me looks like the original, is it Evoco? I see a lot of them around here, EVOCO, and it's not moving. It looks pretty dead, to be honest, and that to me looks like a new replacement which is moving. Really not very windy, there's light wind, that's going really fast and that looks like a replacement for that. So what are we going to do with this one? Is that going to come down? Is it just going to rot? And if you look around, shame it's kind of hazy, there's one there in the background, can you make it out? Yep, there you go, fuzzy. There's another one there, can you see it? Just about, very hazy. Also, if we look over in this direction, I think we've got the same scenario again. You can just about make out kind of blur, but you see above that barn, there's a white pillar. That I'm going to investigate. I think that's lost its blades, and I'd say that horrible looking one there. Look, it's really murky, but you can see what it does to the landscape. Look what it does to that hill. That to me looks like a replacement. I'll go and investigate, but just to make the point, these are being replaced now, and I don't think they're getting rid of the old ones. They're just leaving them there to rot. How is that sustainable? In a few years will this one go as well? Will they just leave that there? And I guess what's not sustainable is the landscape. How many of these can it sustain? You can't keep going forever. You've got to draw the line somewhere. At very least, taking down the old ones. These ones are appalling. I found these from miles away. I spotted them on the horizon. I followed the map. I'm going to do some research and find out the story behind them. But they should never have been allowed. Really, really bad. Really bad. Okay, well, sorry for the blurred footage, but let's just see if we can make out. No, not really, it's getting darker. On that note then, I'll leave it with the original, which is doing nothing, and a replacement which is going around way faster than the actual wind. And I'm sorry that it's so blurred.